Alrighty, well, I almost forgot about with all the changes that came about. Obviously, we got a bunch of characters that have been revamped, so we're going to be taking a look at SSR specifically, since technically the SR characters, yeah, you're not going to be too concerned about those. But anyway, let's just kind of focus on the SSRs and what means more. So, Maki did get a little bit of an overhaul in terms of, well, her characteristic didn't change at all, but no. So, she had her initial post adjustment, which should be live on global already. So, the V2 version of her, they've given her a damage increase, so an extra 20% I would say across the board on that one. So what does level 8 bring across in this one? 139 to 166. So yeah, a slight little damage increase on the first skill. When it comes to the second skill, again a slight little damage increase there. Is that it? Deals 93% taijutsu damage to selected enemies. Decreases selected enemies taijutsu. Okay, so that isn't going to help. Okay, I was expecting something more then. Skill 3. Cooldown 2 turns. Oh, okay, so the AoE is, so I mean, clearly you're doing more damage to all enemies. Cooldown 2 turns. Why is there a cooldown all of a sudden? Okay, well, the leap in the damage output from the skill 3 is high up there. Okay, where's the eye candy here? Like, I'm not seeing it right now. What's going on? The ultimate again got a slight little increase. Was that a total? Okay, yeah, okay. I was expecting a little bit more of a leap, but that's fine. Taijutsu damage by 551. Level 8, it's 977. The reason why I say level 8, by the way, is because the remaining ones will require the SSR shard, so that's why we kind of jumped the gun on that one. Okay, combinations stay the same. Anything happening with the passive? Oh, hello. Okay, hold on a minute. At the start of the battle, recovers own HP by 2.0 each turn. Reduces own damage received by 8%. Okay, at the start of the battle, at the start of the turn, sorry, increases own taijutsu damage by 1 turn. The more enemies in the wave, the greater the damage boost. So 1 enemy, 28%, 2 enemies, 42%. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I was gonna say, like the percentage increase was like, okay, that was a bit of a given, but I was like, okay, where's the catch? Where is it? It's in the goddamn auto skill right here. So the more the enemy, the better the damage is what we're looking at. So kind of makes sense. And then early bird gets the worm at the start of each wave, increases own taijutsu by 10%, and then increases own critical hit rate by 20%. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not like that she didn't need it. Yes, I mean, to be fair, she still needs more, I'll say. But I'm happy that she got a buff. But is she still going to be utilized? Probably not. Probably not. Especially with where red typing's at right now. Yeah, probably not. Panda, Red Defender. Okay, so this is a character that's still yet to be added onto global. But in terms of where JP is at, what are the adjustments? So deals 133 melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy, depending on how many cursed energy that you have. Additionally, increased taijutsu damage by 65%. So max increase of 70 cursed energy, decreases selected enemy's damage by 15.3%. What's going on? They've really just bumped up the whole cursed energy stipulation to a lot of characters now. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I assume going forward we could do with a support character that gives off a ton of cursed energy. Whenever they want to drop that character, I don't know, that'd be very much appreciated though. And then if we go to skill 2, decreases own damage received by 10%, depending on, again, how many cursed energies are at play. Additionally, increased damage reduction by 40%, max increase of 50 cursed energy. Attracts the selected enemy to attack herself, and then decreases the selected enemy's critical hit resistance by 30%. That's actually not too bad, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, once again, the whole cursed energy stipulation is in effect. Interesting. I assume it's going to be the same thing over here. Increases own taijutsu damage by 5%. Okay, that does go up. Nice. Depending on how many own corpse count Panda has when the skill is activated, additionally increases taijutsu damage up by 300%. Max increase of 3 Kalpas count. Recovers own HP. The higher own Kalpas count is, the greater the HP recovery. So 1 count, 21, and then so on and so forth. Max count of Kalpas is 4, so 55% of HP recovery. And then you can just remove it. Honestly, this isn't... yeah, no, what was it before? Oh, wait. The higher the owner count is greater, the HP recovery up to. Oh, okay. Okay, no, this is a W. This is a much bigger W in terms of that damage increase too. That's actually fantastic. Okay, loving that. So still kind of keeping that save account, but it's more to do with an item now that works off from Panda's kit rather than it being cursed energy. And then the ultimate increases own damage by 10% one time, increases damage dealt up by up to 80% depending on how many attacks have been received. Max increases at 7 attacks received. 1 attack received will increase 10%. Deals 605 melee taijutsu damage to a selected enemy, which is a 10 hit, and then deals 150% melee taijutsu damage to all enemies. Recovers own HP by 15%. Resets the count of attacks received. Okay, well, honestly, this Panda low key with this buff that they've applied, fire. I'm not gonna lie, they low key did well with this one in terms of on the structuring, especially with the attack count. So. Yeah, this is a huge setup. Actually, I kind of mess with this. And then, of course, now we've got the Cursed Energy in play to really buff up the skill even more. We can maximize and capitalize on this. So this is a fairly decent W of a red defender, I will say now, boys. Damn, okay. I mean, Panda's always getting that defending role, so it makes sense. Whilst holding power. That's why I like the tank DPS role going on. Okay, so core switch is unchanged, so you get that rival status. At the start of each turn, increase own Kalpa's count by 1 up to 4 counts. Recovers own HP by 1.4% if Kalpa's count is at 4. W, we'll take that. And then, okay, so increases own damage with each attack received. Increases damage dealt by up to 80% depending on how many attacks have been received. Max increase 7 attack received. No attack received will no attack received will attack. Sorry, will increase by 10%. Oh my god, I was losing it there. Jesus. Okay, fair enough. You know what? No, the change from this Panda, it's a W. Do I even have this Panda? I think I've got this Panda. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, red mono looking very stacked right now. I'm not gonna lie. Todo also got a bit of a buff. Wasn't expecting this, but I think for the most part, yeah. Did he get any changes? Hello. Oh, here we go. Zone state. When black flash is performed, activate zone state. While in the zone state, it activates, increases own critical hit rate. Is that it? Did you just get a crit rate increase? Awkward. Okay, well, they just, all right, fair enough. We'll just leave Todo. We'll leave him alone. Yuto, we know where this man is at. Obviously, they did a fantastic job in terms of just really catering to his damage output and buffing up his skill 3. So, already looked into that. Fantastic. Okay, so that's the red typing out of the way. Really happy with where Panda is at. Might need to put a little bit more time into him. I'm not gonna lie. So that way I've got my red up front. But moving forward, we've got the blue typing now. So Fushiguro once again coming out of the woodworks of another buff. Obviously, Global does have the V1 buff, but when it comes to the version 2 buff, let's have a look. So it deals 100% taijutsu damage. If Divine Dog Totality is active, increases own break damage by 40%. Deals 203 Jujutsu damage to a selected enemy, and then ignores Darkness State when Divine Dog is attacking. So yeah, so they've basically wait, hold on a minute, what have they done? Okay, so did they drop his attack? They have dropped his attack. Interesting. But then again, you do ignore Darkness State when Divine Dog is attacking. Okay, interesting. Okay, and then when it comes to skill 2, deals 133 Jujutsu damage to a selected enemy, stuns the selected enemy for 1 turn. You've got an 8% chance, or 79. Well, I'll round it up to 80. Increases the selected enemy's Jujutsu damage received by 15%. Ooh, ignores Darkness State when attacking. If Divine Dog Totality is active, increases own break damage by 100%. Deals 232 Jujutsu damage to a selected enemy, and then ignores Darkness State when Divine Dog is attacking. So once again, oh, okay, so this is a massive leap in terms of improvement. So, hey, we'll take it. Wait. Oh, it's break damage. Damn, they really buffed him up on that Divine Dog Totality area. Damn, okay. Blue Fushiguro coming out of the woodworks of being that hindering type character, putting him back on the map. Skill 3, just a huge damage buff in terms of AoE, so that's pretty dope, as per usual. And then when it comes to the ultimate, oh wow, okay, hold on a minute. Activates Divine Dog Totality, disappear after your unit receives a certain amount of damage, as per usual. Increases own break damage by 100%, so that's a 60% increase. Deals 521 Jujutsu damage to a selected enemy. Ignores Darkness State when attacking. If Divine Dog Totality is already active, change the skill effect to increase his own break damage by 100%, deals 501% Jujutsu damage to affected enemy, and then ignores the state of Divine Dog. Wait, isn't this okay? I mean, well then again, you can kind of wait. No, it's the same. I mean, it kind of makes sense though, because you don't need to reactivate it, so it just kind of stays the same. Okay, that's fine. No, that is a huge increase though. I will say that's a massive increase. So good amount of damage. Yeah, the initial ultimate stays the same in terms of damage output. Okay, no, that's a good thing. Keeping it the same, so that way we can kind of keep reusing it. But the break damage has gone up by a tremendous amount, so good breaker right there. In terms of the also Pashu has been buffed. Okay, let's have a look. At the start of the battle, increases own damage by 80%. Effective when selected enemy is in break status. Is that changed? No, it hasn't. Okay, that's a huge leap. If Divine Dog Totality is active, increases own ultimate skill charging rate by 40%. If Divine Dog Totality is not active, increases own ultimate skill charging rate by 20%. Either way, that's a W. Hold on, wait a minute. Yo, they cooked. Fushiguro might be back on the board as a blue hinderer. Not gonna lie, he's coming across as a decent hinderer. So, okay, W so far. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, some of these buffs come from these characters are low-key massive Ws. Okay. The blue Todo, oh god, what are you doing? I haven't even I've got this man, but I've never used him, so let's kind of see. So the characteristic has moved over to the auto skill, so we'll check that out in just a second. Okay, deals 119 melee damage. If Takada-chan's guidance state is active, increases own damage one time before attacking. So 1 guidance give you 40, 2 guidance give you 60, 3 guidance give you 80, max increases of 3 guidance. Reduces Takada-chan's guidance state by 1 after the skill is used. So, okay. So we've now got a stacking formula for this. Interesting. We'll take that, I guess. Skill 2. Let's have a look. Decreases own damage received by 10%. Recovers own HP by 5%. If Takada-chan's guidance state is active, changes the skill effect to reduce his own damage received by 12%. Recover HP by 7%. And then cursed energy cost on this one will be 25. Okay, that's the same as that. I would have hoped they would have reduced that, but it is what it is. Apply the both skill effect. What says activates Takada-chan's guidance state 4 times, and then on for 4 times, sorry, and then increases own taijutsu damage by 40%. Oh, okay, so does he still get the 40% before? No, he didn't. Okay, so they're just kind of giving him the extra. Apply to both skill effect. Okay, cool. And then skill 3. What's the? Okay, so they're keeping up with the stacking issue here. So still doing good amount of damage. Yeah. Oh wait, no, they decreased by 0.3. Why? Okay. So 240 melee damage. Inflict confusion status to a selected enemy. That's kept the same. So they've just made it so that the stacking percentage is there now. So Takada-chan's guidance state. Curse energy cost as 20 as per usual. Increases own damage. If you've got 1 guidance, 15%, 20%, 25%. And so on. Yeah, so 3 guidance is the max. Deals 240 taijutsu damage to a selected enemy, inflicts confusion status, 8% chance, and then recovers own cursed energy by 5. So that's pretty much been kept the same. It's just now they're doing stacks now for the guidance. So there's that. Then the ultimate deals 678 melee taijutsu damage, fills up own ultimate gauge by 330 W. If Takada-chan's guidance state is active, changes skill effect to deals 667. Oh, it's the same, okay. The more guidance, the greater damage, up to 20%, so max is 4 guidance, so I assume 4 guidances will give you 20%, which means... Ooh, okay, that's fine. I mean, the ultimate will hit harder, so I mean, I understand that why it's not at 25, but it is what it is. Recover own HP by 20%, fantastic. Apply that to both skill effect. Performs a critical hit, increases taijutsu damage for 4 turns and damage dealt for 4 turns. The more guidance, the greater the damage increase. Additionally, 0 guidance will give you 31, but if you have 4, 62. Activates Takada-chan's state 3 times, of course. Wait, max increase at 4 guidances cannot be stacked. Okay, so once you hit 4, you can't furthermore stack it. It makes sense, okay, ultimate doesn't look too bad to be fair, I'm not gonna lie. And then the auto skill increases own critical hit rate by 20% for 3 times when Black Flash is performed, and then at the start of the battle, apply to Takada-chan's guidance states itself. Okay, I mean, yeah, when it comes to... I assume the sub DPS role from this man, that's kind of what we're going to be rocking with. Once those guidance are in place, it's kind of nice on how they're doing things in terms of being able to stack up and buff up. Rather than relying on cursed energy, we can just kind of stack it up. And I mean, if we're getting 2 at every round, at the start of the battle, sorry, at the start of the battle, I mean, to be fair, straight off the bat, we can really maximize a skill. Okay, that's not too bad. I could actually utilize this Todo, why do I always say Todo and Gojo together? Because I low-key do need some blue sub-DPS. Miguel's a whole different role, he's not there for DPS, so I'm not gonna lie, I might resort to this, I'm not even kidding you. I might have to do some testing to see what damage output we can accomplish. Kamo, let's freaking go! The mana I don't have, but is that on global, on a general banner within Momo, so good luck if you get him. See if there's, if there's any good changes that has come about. So, doing more damage on the melee taijutsu area, and then deals additional 100% if flowering red scale state is active. If flowering red scale state is active, increases own damage by 15%. So they've just given you an extra 100% increase in damage, which is awesome. Or additional, sorry, not increase, additional. So, okie dokie. So that's when the second skill comes into place, I assume. Yep. Activates flowering red scale for 5 turns, increases own damage special by 5.5, increases own Jujutsu damage by 20%, recovers own cursed energy by 5 for 5 turns. Flowering red scale and special statuses cannot be stacked. So increases own damage dealt by 5%, increases own Jujutsu damage by 10%, increases own damage received by 5%. When flowering red scale state deactivates, increases own damage received by 10%. I mean, the turn usage on these buffs are insane. That is a massive overhaul in terms of a buffing skill. Okay, that's if I had this, man, 100% would be my sub DPS or my substitute DPS, guaranteed. Skill 3 increase rate of. So the range Jujutsu damage has dropped by 0.2, but that's fine. If flowering red scale is active, the skill effect deals 180. So has that gone down? No, that's gone up by a tremendous amount. Okay, fantastic. That's good AoE damage right there. Then the ultimate has stayed the same, so yeah, just make sure you've got the buff going on so you can get that extra 30%. And then that is pretty much it for Kamo. Honestly, good blue sub DPS. I mean, you can also resort to using him as a DPS. That's we're not going to put that out of the equation. So there's that. Geto, oh, let's go. What you got going on? What you cooking for me? What are we doing here? I knew it. I knew the curse energy play was going to be a thing. What we got? Increases own critical hit rate by 5%. The higher the curse energy, the higher the critical hit rate boost. So max. Oh, you go up to 65%. That's at 60 curse energy, which is max. Interesting. Okay, that's huge. Deals 120 melee taijutsu damage. The more curse energy you have, the greater the effect. Up to 60%. So again, 60. Damn. Yo, this first skill, low-key, is stacked. What the frick? Increases on Jujutsu damage by 15% for 3 turns if own curse energy is 60 or above. I'm gonna be honest, boys. They low-key need to drop a support that really caters to cursed energy. Oh wait, doesn't Yuki, the SSR version, give us cursed energy? But it's only for yellow typing. If they can provide a support with an overall cursed energy support, then that's gonna be an eye candy type of character. Let's be real. Second skill. Oh, this one gave us some good debuff towards the enemy. Deals 227 range Jujutsu damage. That's not too bad actually for level 1. Let's go. 309. Okay. Decreases the selected enemy's taijutsu damage by 28%. The more cursed energy you have, the greater the effect. So up to 35%. So max increase at 60 cursed energy. Minimum of 31% increases at 25 cursed energy. And then with the Jujutsu damage, the selected enemy's damage received of Jujutsu damage is by 25%. And then of course, if you have 60 curse energy, then you can go up to 50%. God damn. You low-key want to save all the curse energy to drop this second skill. That's the setup. And then I assume with the... Oh, hold up, wait a minute. There's something happening on skill 3. Usually it was kind of dead in the waters, but yeah, now we're cooking. Increases own damage by 10% for 1 turn. Again, you can bump up the effect of that by 100%. With 60 curse energy in play. Deals 100% range Jujutsu damage to all enemies. It increases all enemies damage received by 10%. You can bump that up to 30% by the curse energy. Max increase at 60 curse energy. Minimum of 18.4. Increase at 25 curse energy. Alrighty. And then the ultimate. Ooh, increases own damage by 20%. Damn! Okay, 200% increase once you hit that 60 max curse energy. And then you deal 382 range Jujutsu damage to all enemies. Increases own Jujutsu damage by 30%. It cannot be stacked. Reduces own cursed energy by 60 when ultimate skill is performed. Still reduces if cursed energy bar is unfilled. Okay, well that kind of makes sense. Wait, how much of a damage increase is this? 200. Wait, hold on a minute. Oh yeah, no, that's a huge increase. That's like a 180 buff. Damn. Okay, that's a W. And then the post adjustments for the auto skill is the same. Honestly, W for Geto too. W for Geto. Yo, okay, blue is really getting that help that they need, especially with these buffs. Do I have Geto? I don't think I do have Geto on my JP account. That's unfortunate. But when the buff comes onto global, oh, we are going to be cooking with gas, I'll tell you that much. And then now heading over to the green typing. So Itadori did get a little bit of a buff. So his characteristic black flash buff is moved to his auto skill. That'll be interesting to see. In terms of his first skill, gets an extra 10% on damage for taijutsu. And then he has a certain chance of performing black flash. Okay, that's nice. Second skill has kept the same. I mean, rightfully so. That's, if they chose to buff that up, that would have been crazy. But okay, fair enough. Third skill, it costs 5 less. W deals 250 taijutsu damage. Decreases the selected enemy's critical hit resistance by 51. Damn, by 51.6%. That's on level 1. And then assert a chance of performing black flash in the first to third hit because it's a 4-hit attack. Ooh, I like this. I like this. Wait, hold on a minute. Am I tripping here? Decreases selected enemy's critical hit resistance by 51. So why the hell is it going down? I don't know if this was a mess up unless I'm reading it wrong. Wait. Oh! Okay, so it starts at like 29, 28%. Okay, when whoever did this accidentally put the level 10 51%. I was about to say, level 1 at 51%? What on God's green earth are they cooking here? No, level 10 is 51%. Level 1 will be around about 28, 29%. Okay, that makes sense. I was going to say, why is it going down at level 8? This makes no sense. Okay, well, there we go. Okay. Ultimate. Wow, okay. Very large increase in damage. Fantastic for level 1. The first hit will become Black Flash. Increases first hit Black Flash damage. And then increases the first to third hit's critical hit damage. Ooh, okay. That's... yeah, we'll take that. I mean, I'm not going to complain. Yeah, that is a huge increase in damage. Fantastic. Okay, we take those. And then when it comes to... yeah, there we go. So now... increases own Black Flash rate by 100% for 3 turns, increases own taijutsu damage by 30% for 3 turns, and then recovers own curse energy by 5 when Black Flash is performed. Damn! Oh, yo! This Itadori's back on it! That auto skill really just makes this whole kit like crazy good right now, in terms of having that green DPS power now. Yeah, I'm gonna need these buffs on global ASAP, please, for the love of God. Please. We've got Panda. What's Panda doing? I'm curious to see what changes Panda's got. So it seems that with Panda, they've made it so that his break damage goes up. So when he's in the gorilla mode, okay, so he has to drop his ult first in order for it to be in effect. So in his gorilla mode, he gets a break increased damage of 25%, and then he deals 150 taijutsu damage. So that is a fairly big leap, I will say. And then in terms of his second skill, which is a full-on buff, 25 is the cursed cost energy. Fantastic. Attracts all enemies, attacks the self for 1 turn, reduces own damage received by 40%, increases own ultimate skill gauge charging rate by 10%. If gorilla mode is active, changes the skill into I'm kind of pissed now, and it does taijutsu damage of 74% and then reduce own damage received by 15%. Okay, wasn't expecting the ultimate gauge charge up there, but that's fantastic, helping us get to that gorilla mode ASAP. I love the fact that when he's in that mode, we're still getting some form of damage reduction, so that's also fairly good. And that taijutsu damage increase is fairly solid. That will help out for the third skill, which is... I love the curse energy reduction. That's fantastic. So 15 for the third skill, 275 on the damage output, and then of course if gorilla mode is active, deals 143.1 melee damage to all enemies. So it becomes a single target to AoE, and then of course you want to make sure that second skill is in effect, that way you can make the most of it, of course. So that is okay, fairly solid on the ultimate. On the third skill. And then once you hit the ultimate, you go into your gorilla mode state, increases own taijutsu damage by 50%, and then of course you're unable to use your skill at that point. Removes decreased damage Panda effect from self. Increases own break damage by 25%, deals 502 melee damage, ignores counter state, oh nice W, and then recovers own cursed energy by 10. Okay, so they just gave him the ignore on the cursed energy. I believe also didn't. Yeah, I was gonna say his Taijutsu buff did also go up a little bit. So okay, not too bad on that part. And then what we got going on with his passive. So core switch has stayed. Panda core's the same. Gorilla mode. Change some skill effect. Yeah, unable to use ultimate skill. Yep, increases own Taijutsu damage based on skill level. Okay, that's fine. If own ultimate skill gauge is filled, increases own Taijutsu damage by 100% for 3 turns for 1 time. Increases own damage by 50% 3 turns 1 time. It recovers own cursed energy by 25. Reduces all of the ultimate skill gauge. Okay, interesting. That's actually... Wait, hold on a minute. If own ultimate skill gauge is filled, then you've got this massive ass buff to really just kind of make use of popping off your skills before the reduction kicks in. Interesting. Okay, so that's something to take note. Probably won't be using this Panda as much. Not that I need to, but the buff is somewhat nice. So, Nanami, what you got going on? Unchanged on the characteristic. An extra, what was that, 10%? Yeah, extra 10% across the board on his first skill with his Taijutsu and Jujutsu. Buff has stayed the same. I wish they would have buffed it a little bit more, to be fair, but it is what it is. Third skill, damage has stayed the same, but when critical hit or black flash is performed, additionally increases damage dealt, so a little bit of a buff if we get either of the two. Then the ultimate, oh yeah, the ultimate did get a nice little AoE buff right there, so by 3-2-1, where it was base at 340, so nice little jump. And then when critical hit is performed, additionally increases damage dealt, so they're keeping that same theme onto the man. And then when it comes to his auto skill, god damn, what's going on here? Hold up, wait a minute, we're cooking with gas. So overtime work stayed the same at the start of the 9th turn from the battle. Recovers own cursed energy by 30, fills own ultimate skill gauge by 200, and then increases own Jujutsu damage by 30. So that's if you get to the 9th turn on that one. Zone outburst increases own black flash rate by 200%. And then recovers 5 cursed energy when black flash is performed, so that's going to be something that we want to cater to. And then increases Taijutsu and Jujutsu by 30% across the board when black flash or critical hit is performed, chance by 50%. Honestly, Nanami crits and black flashes so often that those buffs can really just get quite easily activated. Not too bad. Don't think he'll be getting too much usage out, to be fair, but still a nice little green sub DPS AoE attacker, as I like to claim him as. So yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so now we're heading over to the yellow characters. Now we're coming to an end. Inumaki is getting a buff. You can see what this is. Let's have a look what we've got going on. So characteristics stayed the same. Deals 106 Jujutsu damage. Sacrifices 3% of his HP. Oh, sorry, no. Sacrifices 3% HP if the selected enemy is a formidable foe. Else he sacrifices 1%. What the hell? Oh, okay, no. You know what? We'll take that. We'll take that. I kind of looked into that wrong. You know, we'll take the lower percentage of loss of health depending on the enemy. Okay, that's fine. They keep the same theme. So break damage is going up by 100%. They're keeping that across the board. Deals 159. So that's a slight increase in damage. Increases the selected enemy's damage received by 14%. Okay, slight little increase in that one. Oh, so I think what they're doing is that if the enemy is a formidable, sorry, sacrifices 5% HP if the enemy selected is formidable foe. Otherwise, you'll lose 2% HP. Okay, you know what? That is a bit of a W, because we're losing less health now depending on the enemy. So that's actually a bit of a W. Oh, wow. 0. Wait, what? Cursed energy costs 0. What? Really? Recovers on HP by 15%. Reduces HP recovery count special by 1. After the skill is used, apply HP recovery count special to self for 1 time. After 6 turns has passed... Oh, sorry. After 6 turns has passed. Okay. Unable to use this skill when HP recovery count special is not applied. Oh, what the hell? Oh. Okay. Well, it is what it is. 25% is where we can cap it at. And then the ultimate deals 603 damage. That's a slight little increase. The more own HP you have, the greater the damage increase, additionally up to 20%. So you have to have HP 70% or more. Sacrifices 12% HP if it's a formidable foe. If it's anyone else, then it's going to be 8%. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. And then the passive, what are we looking at? If any allies will receive a fatal attack, nullifies the attack 3 times in battle. Sacrifices HP when the character nullifies an attack. So first time, 10%. Second time, 15%. Third time, 25%. At the start of the battle, apply HP recovery special to self 3 times. At the start of each turn, recovers own HP by 10%. You got a 20% chance for that to pop. I'm not gonna lie, this stop skill right here is low-key kind of. This might be the move in terms of utilizing this Inumaki. If I'm being completely honest, if I'm being completely real right now, it's this passive which has held up a lot of value for this one character. So that could be used for something. So it's not all doom and gloomy on that area. Mechamaru, I don't know what this Mechamaru does, to be honest. So this will be interesting. Break effect move to auto skill. When break is performed, increases own damage. Oh, okay, so that's moved over. Yep, an extra 60% increase on his first skill. What does that go to level 8 by? Oh yeah, that's a massive leap. Okay, we'll take that. Second skill increases break damage by an extra 10%. That's fine. And then when it comes to the third skill, yep, it's just damage across the board that's going up, as you guys can see. So increases own break damage by 120. It's gone up to 126. And then with the combination attack of Taijutsu and Jujutsu doing 146, Jujutsu doing 119. So that's a big, again, a nice, fairly big leap. So we'll gladly take that. And then when it comes to the ultimates, yes, there it is. Own break damage going up by 126. So obviously this Mechamaru is a fantastic breaker. And then when it comes to combination in terms of damage, they're just rounding it down basically. So we're losing the 0 point percentages. So 0.5 and 0.3. So 0.3 for Taijutsu and 0.5 for Jujutsu. So, but the break damage is going up. And then when it comes to the passive now, so at the start of the battle, increases own break damage by 80%, increases own damage dealt by 100%, effective when selected enemy is in break status. If the selected enemy enters the break state after attack, increases own damage dealt by 150. As a breaker, that is a W in terms of damage output. So the yellow Mechamaru breaker got up some breakage buffs. Fantastic. And then Junpei, oh my god, this character. Whoo, the character that nobody uses. Let's see if anything has happened to this man. Okay, so first skill, deals 110, decreases the selected enemy Jujutsu damage by 20%. 3 turns, increases the effect depending on how many turn conditions of Jujutsu damage poison the enemy has, up to an extra 15% at turn 3 left. If multiple instances of effect are applied, one of the most turns left will be counted. So DOT turns are now coming to an effect. Okay, interesting. Second skill is basically keeping the attack nullifications, attracting all enemies. So they're keeping all of that. It's just we're getting a Jujutsu damage increase of 30%, and I think that's pretty much it, right? Yeah, because the decrease all allies damage received by 10%, that's staying on. So we're just getting a damage increase on the Jujutsu side of things, which could work in our favor. And then when it comes to skill 3, damage increase of 203, that's again a nice little leap. Deals 70% continuous Jujutsu poison damage for 3 turns, so that's again another fairly good increase. Increases the selected enemy damage received by 20%. That's an increase of 10%, nice. So 3 turns, 4 times, it increases the effect depending on how many turns of continuous Jujutsu damage poison the enemy has, up to an extra 30% at 3 turns left. Cool. And then the ultimate, an extra 77% on the damage, so 477. Deals 180 continuous Jujutsu poison damage to the selected enemy. So that's, yep, nice. So that's an extra 60% going into that. And then decrease the selected enemy Jujutsu damage by 30%. And then once again, depending on the turn situation, you can get an extra 15% in terms of damage through the poison. So there's that. And then the passive, ooh, what's going on over here? At the start of the turn, increases own damage dealt. The more characters you have in Jujutsu High Affiliation, the greater the boost. So up to 30% at 3 characters. So if we have 3 characters, goes to 30% increase in damage dealt. 2 characters, 22%. 1 character, 15%. If no one, we're still getting that 7.5%. So that's not too bad. Okay, I'm still not going to be making good use of him. But that poison play, that DOT play, if they want to cater more to that, then I guess in that situation we could be cooking up a storm with this character. I will say that. But we need to cater to the DOT teams if they want to make this character out to be something. Who knows? Maybe they've got something lined up. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, oh my god. Whew. Those are all the characters that have been buffed, that have been changed. For the most part, you know, I think majority we're not really going to be utilizing it. I mean, nah, you know what? I take that back. The buffs that they have added were heavily needed, and I'm not gonna lie, they are now looking extremely really good now in terms of where the game is at. So I'm hoping that with these buffs they come out with the global. I mean, if they come out sooner than later, that would be massive. that will be huge, but probably won't be the case. Probably gonna have to wait for like the 1 year mark before, or maybe even, no, we'd have to wait for the half anniversary for them to implement these buffs. So not long, to be fair, not long. But I will say with some of these characters like Panda, even Inumaki's passive, that's also dope. Geto's buff too. Itadori's coming out of the woodworks of being a fantastic green DPS. Fushiguro is in the building, the blue Hindra, of course. So like some of these buffs, I'm not gonna lie, really are coming across as fantastic buffs, of course. So if you want to, well, by having access to those characters, yeah, more viable, especially with where the game is at right now. So the options have reopened, I guess, in terms of trying different things and building different teams and utilizing different characters that you've probably previously invested in. And obviously, as time has gone on, they've probably kind of fell short with where the game was at. But I think with these buffs, yeah, it's kind of bringing them back, I will say. So, well, those are all the buffs. Fantastic.